Good evening, guys. This is Belantin tutorial. On today's video, I'll teach you guys on how to solve numerical solution using Raphson method. Now, this example, we have to obtain a root of function of x cubed minus x squared minus x1 using the Raphson method of iteration to an accuracy of plus or minus 10 raised to minus 4. Text for a first abstraction using only the values of 2 and 1. Okay, now this question is very simple. So how do we solve it? Now, solution. Given that the f function of x is x raised to 3 minus x squared minus 1. Now, therefore, values of x for the texting for the function of x are 2 and 1. Now, therefore, since the values are 2, now to find the initial value of x, which is x naught, is equal to 2 plus 1 or divided by 2, so which will give you what? 1.5. So since 1.5, now therefore for the first iteration we have that for the first iteration will be equal to, we have x1 is equal to x naught minus what? F function of x naught all over f prime function of x naught. So therefore and you know that fs naught is equal to x cubed minus x squared minus 1. Now therefore to find f prime x naught is simply means what? Differentiate fx naught. So if you differentiate x cubed is what? Is 3x squared, and if you differentiate x squared is what? Is 2x. That is very simple. Now after doing that, put the values of x naught equals 1.5 in f prime x naught and what? F prime x naught and fx naught. Okay, now therefore f prime x naught is equal to 3x squared minus 2x. So now put the values of x naught in this. So that becomes 3 bracket 1.5 all raised to 2 minus what? 2 bracket what? X, which is, and s is what? 1.5. So therefore after doing that, we have that we have 3 brackets. Now 1.5 all square is what? Is 2.25 minus 2 bracket 1.5, which is equal to, now 3 times 2.25 will give me 6.75 minus 2 times 1.5 is what? Is 3. So if you subtract this, I will have what? 3.75. Now after doing that, we have that fs is equal to x cubed minus x squared minus 1. Now simply do what? Put the value of s naught to 1.5 in this equation. So therefore we have that. So therefore we have that since x is equal to what? Since x equals 1.5, so put everything both here into here. So we have that becomes 1.5 all raised to 3 minus 1.5 all raised to 2 minus 1. So therefore 1.5 all raised to 3 is equal to 3.375 minus 1.5 all raised to 2 is what? Is 2.25. So minus 1. If you subtract this, you get to 0.125. Now therefore x1 is equal to what? X naught minus f bracket f function of x naught all over what? F prime x naught, so which is equal to, I know that my x naught is equal to 1.5 minus, so f function of x naught is what? So f function of x naught is equal to 0.125 all over. Now f prime function of x naught is equal to 3.75. So therefore my answer is that becomes equal to 1.5 minus, now this divided by this will give me what? 0.0333. So 1.5 minus 0.0333 will give me what? 1.4667. So therefore this is the first answer for what? For first iteration. Okay, now therefore for the second iteration, we have that put x1 equal to 1.4667 in what? In fx1 and f prime x1. Okay, so therefore now f prime x1 is equal to, as usual, 3x squared minus 2x1. That becomes 3x squared 1 minus 2x1, because since that we are finding second iteration, so therefore the values of s will be in x1. Okay, so therefore now substitute the value of what? x1 to be 1.4667. So therefore that becomes 3 brackets 1.4667 all raised to 2 minus 2 bracket 1.4667. Okay, so if you do everything here, if you subtract everything here, that will give me what? 3.5202. Now for the next one, I have to find fx of 1. Now to find fx of 1, we have that now fx1 is equal to s cubed minus x squared minus 1. So therefore, now putting the value of x to be 1.4667. So you have that 1.4667 all raised by 3 minus 1.467 all raised by 2 minus 1. So if you subtract everything here, I will have what? We will have 0.0040. Now put the values of fx1 and put the values of fx1, f prime x1 and x1 in what? In this formula. So therefore we have that. So we have that x2 is equal to x1 minus fx1 all over f prime x1. So therefore we have that, and I know that x1 is equal to 1.4667 minus, now therefore what's the answer for fx1? Now fx1 is equal to what? We have it at 0.0040. So we have 0.0040 all over, and the answer for f prime x1 is what? Is called 3.5202. So putting the values of all the values of fx1 and f prime x1 into this equation. So we have this. So therefore that becomes 1.4667 minus this divided by this will give me 0.001. So if you subtract this, I'll have that x2 is equal to 1.4656. Now therefore for the last iteration, which is the third iteration, so we have for the third iteration, put x2 equal to 1.4656 in what? fx2 and f prime x2. So therefore I know that f prime x2 is something as 3x squared 2 minus 2x2. Okay, so therefore put the values of x2 to be 1.4656 into this equation. So now we have that. So therefore we have that 3 bracket 1.4656 all raised to 2, which is this equation. Now minus what? Minus 2 bracket 1.4656, which is what? The value of x2. So if you subtract this, I'll have 3.5128. Now for next one, I have substitute the value of x2 equal to 1.4656 in fx2. So you have it as what? fx2 is equal to s cubed minus s squared minus 1. So I know that the value of x here will be equal to 1.4656. So that becomes what? 1.4656 all raised to 3 minus 1.4656 all raised to 2 minus 1. So if you subtract everything here, I'll have 0.001. Now put the values of x2, f prime x2 and fx2 in this equation. So we have that s3 will be equal to s2 minus fx2 and f prime x2. So that becomes what? 1.4656 minus, now the value of fx2 is what? Is 0.001, and the value of f prime x2 is equal to 3.5128. So that becomes equal to 1.4656. Now minus this divided by this will give me 0.0002847. So if you subtract this, I'll have 1.4656, and this is the final answer. Now if you check in this iteration, I stop at the third iteration. Reason is that if you check the highest power of x here from the initial equation, the highest power of x here is 3. So therefore we'll stop at what? Third iteration. And now for us to test our accuracy, this is we have to test the accuracy of what? Plus or minus 3 raised to minus 4, right? So if you check this, so if you check our answer, now if I'm to approximate this, I have that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now our answer is very correct because I have that what? 10 raised to what? Minus 4. So which is what? Very correct. Please guys, if you find this video interesting and helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Thank you.